My sister wants a planter box that looks like this. Let's build her one. First, we're going to start with the inside frame. The last, we'll put the cedar around the outside. The size she wanted was about 5 feet wide, 2 feet deep, 3 feet high. So that's what we're going to aim for. These are pressure treated boards that I'm using for the framing. She's not going to put anything edible in there. It's just for flowers, so I don't think it'll matter. Yeah. Now that we have the legs cut at 33 inches, we're going to take and build a frame out of the same lumber, the 2x4 treated, just for the middle. The bottom, she wants 16 inches down. That way she doesn't have to fill all 3 feet of it with dirt. So we're going to build a false bottom about 16 inches down, and then put some wire fencing. It's not chicken, hardware wire on the bottom with some weed cloth so that it can still drain. The rest of it will be held together by the cedar that goes around the outside. I don't trust the factory end, so I usually trim that piece. Trim it, just make so it's for sure a straight cut, if I have room to do so. We're going to use some good old deck screws for the framing, and then we will nail on the cedar just so it looks better. I don't like the look of screws on the outside of projects if we can avoid it. Sometimes it can't be avoided. If you hear weird noises, that's Miranda and her friend having a water balloon fight now. Badminton wasn't working out for him because the dog kept stealing the whatever you call the little birdie thing. You guys look miserable.
It's freezing.
Yeah, I bet it's freezing. I never really look at plans. She just showed me a picture of what she wanted, and then I just figured it up in my head. Like that teardrop that I built, it was pretty much all designed in my head. Pretty much everything, except a few small things I wasn't sure about, but otherwise everything was just kind of, I had the whole picture, the whole measurements and everything playing in my head, and then I just started building. Seems convenient, but sometimes it's not, because things change and don't go as you had originally envisioned it. Envisioned it. So these are the staples we're gonna be putting in there. They're a bit long, they don't have to be this long. I have used these staples for building chicken coops or chicken runs for the chicken wire. Oh, they're nice. You definitely wanna make sure they're not set deep, otherwise they'll cut through the wire. But the negative is, I'm guessing this is gonna be the weakness. Of this flower bed, because I don't know how long before these guys rust through. Like I said, it worked great on a chicken coop. I just don't know how long they actually last. My sister's husband, my brother-in-law, who's a good man, was I think a little, my sister, he finally okayed my sister to hire me to make this. They are Amish, and Amish men are used to doing their own thing. Just, they don't like hiring other people to do their work unless obviously they don't have the equipment to do it, or you know, it's just not wise, or it's just not efficient. So usually Amish people, a handyman among the Amish is just not gonna be a good business, because they do most everything they can on their own. So I think he's somewhat embarrassed, I don't know if embarrassed is the right word, that his wife has to hire me to build her a flower bed. But she's been asking him for, I guess, for a while, and he doesn't have time. He has a lot going on. He has a lot of things. He's got a duck barn. So, you know, it just kind of keeps pushed to the side, you know, and I think he was kind of embarrassed about that I have to do it. But what he probably doesn't know is I still have projects that I haven't done for my wife. I just keep pushing them out. Once you get time, you know, you just keep pushing it back, keep pushing it back. I'm always waiting for the right moment, or the right, I don't know, till I get it figured out in my head before I start. Yeah, so it's kind of funny. I'm gonna hold this against him for the rest of his life. No, he's a good man. He definitely not a lazy person. Very capable of doing this on his own. For him, it's time, and I understand. So finally, he just gave in and said, "Get your brother to build it." Shooting in the sun is a hateful thing. You can't get anything right. Too bright, too dark. That's what it is. We have the frame up, we have the hardwood cloth on the bottom with the fabric just kind of laying in here. The black plastic is surrounding it. This plastic will help the wood from rotting. It will help the soil stay in here. But the big thing is that it's gonna show through black in the cracks when we put that cedar on there. And it should look really good. That's how she wanted it. So now is the tricky part, where we cut the cedars at 45-degree angles so it looks like it just completely wraps around. Now we could butt it together, but it's the details. It's the details that make things look good. I'm short a few pieces of wood. Miscut, miscalculated. The rest will wait till tomorrow. But all we have left on it is, I suck at videography here, but all that we have left is to sand it. I'll sand it down and then put thing on it, stuff on it, coating on it, protectant. See you guys tomorrow. So I'm here at my sister's house. I did finish that planter box. I did not stain it. I was going to, I ran out of time before we had to head for California. So I just brought it over here, let her put the finish, the coat on it, protectant, whatever. One thing I wish I would have done different, and that was leave bigger spaces between the boards to let more of that black show through. I think it would have looked a lot better. Hopefully she's satisfied with it. She did a great job. Let me flip you around. I'll show you the planter box with plants in it. While we're here, let me show you her garden. She does a great job. Their place is well kept, beautiful place. Both her and her husband they like clean. Matter of fact, if you want your windows cleaned, just invite my sister over to your house. She can't help herself, she'll just start cleaning. Her windows never have a speck of dust on them. It's just her. Clean windows. Almost looks like she doesn't have windows. All right, let me flip you around and I'll show you her garden. It's beautiful. Planter box with onions, the corn. What you see, the brown on the ground, is actually straw pellets. And what they do is they put these straw pellets down. It rains, it swells up, and it keeps the weeds from coming up, or helps keep the weeds from coming up. And then they just till it in the spring, and it helps the ground be more aerated, or have more oxygen in it. It's a nice garden. We have some fruit trees over here. Some raspberries. All Amish people have green tea. Looks like this is just starting to come in. They make the best iced tea, hands down. You just put some of this stuff in some water. I don't know how they make it, but then put some sugar in it. They put sugar in everything, but it's really, really good. Just put some ice on it. Iced green tea is the best. You see her strawberries coming on just everywhere. Isn't that amazing? So yeah, that. Wonder where she got her tomato cages, because we need some. Amish usually have a playset for their kids. And then they'll all, in northern India, most of them have a fire pit for hanging out, having fun, chilling.